So I just got this little bucket from the shop. Went over there to ask him for it because, you know, as you can tell, it's leaking pretty bad. It's actually actively leaking. You can see it spraying out right there. Basically what's happened is this pipe's gotten pretty rusty, and over time and age and the constant pressure has just caused it to have little cracks, little gaps in the metal, and now the radiator fluid is spraying out of there. So got to get that replaced ASAP, obviously. And I can show you guys about what the bill's gonna be for that, just if you guys are curious around how much it'll cost. I'm just gonna be taking it to that shop right over there. So we're looking at about $1,400. Just the pipe itself is already $750, and then plus the hourly rate, we got to put several gallons of coolant back in the tank to replace what's came out. But in the meantime, there's really nothing else that I can do. So it's really hot outside. It's like 95 degrees. Obviously I can't start my truck to run for AC. Luckily there's a hotel right across the road. I booked the night over there. I'll be staying the night there while I'm waiting for the part to arrive. It's supposed to get here sometime tomorrow. Should only take about 3 hours of time to get it fixed, and I'll be back on the road from there. But as of right now, life goes on. I got some things that I need to take care of anyways, as far as like paperwork, and I'm gonna work out, of course, get some food, and I'm gonna take care of myself for the time being. Alright, so I'm heading over to the hotel for the night, and it's gonna cost me about 132 bucks, which isn't horrible for a lot of hotels, and being that it's last minute like that. Plus, it's pretty nice inside. I'm about to see they have a gym inside as well. So here's the room. It's definitely pretty nice, plenty of space, and looks nice and clean, so can't complain about that. This is where I'm gonna be staying for the night. So I just got all my stuff situated and put down here at the hotel, and I'm about to go to the gym. I'm actually super excited that they have a gym here, and it had a lot of weights. It actually went up to like 50-pound dumbbells, and they also had some cable machines as well, so super excited about that. But anyways, after I get that done, I might even jump into the hot tub, just kind of enjoy myself and relax. Really not too much else I can do right now. I'm just kind of waiting around anyways, so might as well take advantage of that time. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that I am super fortunate that the breakdown happened at the truck stop and not out on the road, and that also there's a shop right next to the truck stop, so it made it really convenient to be able to get that repair. And I'm also nice and comfortable right now. You know, I'm here at a hotel. Otherwise I would be in my truck, and obviously I can't start it like that. I would have no AC, and it's actually 85 degrees right now. 90 degrees was the high today, so obviously staying in the truck would not have been an option. I would have had to chill out in the truck stop all day and just kind of hang around until the night falls and it gets a little cooler out, and I would have been miserable for sure. But yeah, obviously there's always ups and downs in trucking, and you're always gonna have breakdowns here and there at some point, so it's just a matter of when they happen and how you deal with them. So every breakdown's different, every scenario is different, and like I said, in this situation I'm actually very blessed and fortunate that I have the setup that I do. I'm able to get it taken care of, and that I'm able to stay comfortable as well. And just to give you guys an update on my location, I am at a TA in Oakley, Kansas right now. I'm in the middle of a trip. I just got fully loaded with my trailer, and I'm headed to South Carolina to unload both of those. I'm gonna be dropping the first one off in Spartanburg, South Carolina, and then the second one's actually gonna be going over to Charleston, South Carolina. truck's getting worked on right now, and it should be done any moment. Really shouldn't take too long. I mean, it's a pretty big and simple part to change off, is that big pipe. So as long as they don't encounter any other issues, you know, it should be a pretty smooth process, and I'll be on my way. So this is what it came out to. It actually went a little under what it initially was estimated at. It was like an hour less in labor, so that's why it's a little bit cheaper. But yeah, we're still looking at $12.96, which is a good bit. But anyways, I'm about to be on my way. I'm gonna clean this windshield off right now because it's super dirty, and I'll head out of here. We'll get started with the drive. So I'm finally back on the road. I got about 20-ish hours in total to finish out, but I'm gonna try to do about 11 today, a good portion of that tomorrow, and then whatever's left over, you know, due to traffic or weather conditions, I'll be able to finish that out the morning before the job. It is gonna be a pretty big size unload, so for that reason, I wanna get there fairly early so that way we can get it knocked out. And once I finish unloading that, I'm gonna need to get over to the other one as soon as I can. So I just got a coolant flashing light and a little service indicator, so I'm gonna have to pull over as soon as there's a safe spot to do so and check out what's going on with that. Could just be a false alarm since the job just got worked on. I don't know if they cleared out the code or not. I mean, it wasn't showing whenever I started the truck, but I'm gonna have to pull over and see what's going on with it. All right, so I got this rest area up here. I'll go ahead and pull over and see what's going on. I'm not seeing any leaks right now, but my assumption is that they didn't fill the coolant all the way up, and I'm gonna have to wait for this to cool down a bit before I open it up. And I have some in my truck that I'm gonna go ahead and add to it. I'm assuming that since so much leaked out from the radiator and everything, whenever they filled it, you know, it was at the right level, but once the engine started and it sucked it into the system, made it go slightly under, which I think is triggering the sensor to make it go off. Like I said, I'm gonna wait for that to cool down, and I'll go ahead and add some more to it and see if that fixes the problem. But as far as leaks down here, I'm not seeing anything. Looks good. All the seals look tight. All the gaskets look tight. Go ahead and get the coolant out now. Got some right here. It's not too much. So I barely got anything in this one, but I'm gonna go ahead and use the rest. Might add just a tiny bit more though. I don't want to fill too much since it's warm right now. It's gonna be reading higher than what it actually is. I'm gonna go ahead and close the hood, start it up again, see if that fixes it. All right, so we're just gonna give it a little bit. Those two lights that were flashing are gone and it's not beeping anymore. This one's still on. It could just be on because it was already triggered. Sometimes it take a little bit to go away. Haven't heard anything yet. I'm gonna go ahead and take off, get back to the drive, and see how it does from there. So I'm still making my way along right now, getting pretty close to Kansas City, and I got about 3 hours until I need to take my 30-minute break. Definitely getting pretty hungry. I've been pretty much surviving off of peanuts, protein shakes, definitely ready for some real food, but I'm really not sure what I'm gonna get. Just depends what there is at the truck stop, so we'll see about that. So I'm about to pull up to Betty's truck stop to take my 30-minute break. I've definitely never been here before, so we're gonna see how it is. All right, so I ended up getting 163 gallons, which was about $3.87 per gallon, and that's pretty expensive. Diesel's a lot higher right now. You know, hopefully that goes down. But anyways, it ended up costing me $632, but I use a card that gets a discount. But the total that ended up costing me was $583, and that's not including the DEF. That reduced it down to about $3.58 a gallon. And at this particular location, it just wasn't really the highest discount, but definitely better than nothing, and I'll take it. So I finally made it over here to our unload. We've been going at it for a while now. Super hot today. We're sweating a ton, but we're getting pretty close to being done. I'm here using all-in-one movers today. Super grateful to have their help. They're doing a really great job, and I definitely recommend them to any drivers. If you guys need some help in North or South Carolina, You know who to call. Got the number on the back of the t-shirt right here too.